Well, morning all. Another Friday roundup from DB Motos. I'll try and be quick as usual and probably fail. I'll quickly run through where we are with some of the bikes that are in. This KTM 1190, the Lambda sensor we were waiting for came in, we fitted it, all the engine error codes have gone, the traction control error codes have gone, everything's working as it should. And so we're just moving on to final service on that and get it out the door. It might leave us today, might be next week. The ER5, we have done tons and tons of work on this, but the only thing you can really see is the little brand new YSS shocks just sneaking in back there. It's had carbs off, front brakes apart, fork oil changed, fluids changed throughout, general overhaul sort of service. Anyway, it's running really nicely, that's the main thing. It's off for MOT as soon as we can. The little RS125, we've started doing some minor background work. That's penciled in for 2 weeks' time to have the whole of it done and sorted. The CB1100, we're still waiting for the clutch cover to come back. We know what we've got to do to it after that, and it's a sort of couple of days' work, so we're just waiting for that before we move on. 754, I'll go through that in a minute because the carbs have come in. The Moto Morini 3.5, this was just not charging the battery. The bike works perfectly, but it wouldn't charge the battery. The rotor down here, well, it lives underneath here. The generator rotor, we think, is lacking magnetism, and we've found the chap who has the equipment to do it, to remagnetise them. So I'm going to send the flywheel off, that's already on its way to him. He'll hopefully remagnetise it and send it back. We also found out that it's the same ignition sort of coils and windings as a Lambretta, the chap that's doing the flywheel magnetising was telling me. So if the flywheel isn't the whole issue, then at least we know we can fit some sort of Lambretta system to it, and that will charge the battery. The Triumph Speedmaster 1200, its engine is here. This is the new engine, so that'll be going in next week. A couple of CBs in the corner over there, we've already sort of covered those before. The RD500's having some interesting work done. When we were running and testing this, although it ran mechanically well, it wasn't doing the power that the tuners were sort of telling us they hoped it would. This hasn't been tuned or developed by any of myself or my contacts like Mick Abbey or Andy at 2T Engineering. They've done a lot of the work for us to get this engine to work, but what we inherited was an engine that was in a mystery state of tune with Jolly Moto pipes, and the engine was in a terrible state. So mechanically we've got it running again, but it's doing pretty much standard horsepower, there or thereabouts, not even quite standard sometimes, which is a bit disappointing. Everybody that was involved with it was hoping it would sort of hit slightly higher. So, discussions with people. Mick Abbey said what carburettors are on it. These were on it. These are 34mm PWK copies, which may well be a little bit big for the engine. So the owner has got a kit set of these PWK 28s, which should be a little bit more suitable. And the other issue may have been that to fit these large carburettors, the previous owners of this bike years ago had made these. And they're quite nicely made. These were to adapt the inlet size from small to huge. But what they've done is push the carburettors back an inch or so on the intake. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but that can be enough on an engine to essentially stop it wanting to rev and perform as it should. So we're going to go back to the standard intakes just on their own. Just here, if I pull this cloth out, that's where your carburettors fit in on a standard setup. We'll put the PWK 28s into there, and we'll see what it does after that. BMW R65, this came in because the owner thought that the rear engine seal had gone and sprayed oil onto the clutch. It hadn't, the clutch had just run out of adjustment and was starting to slip. We've sorted the adjustment out, we just need to find out now whether he's burnt the clutch out. GT550, all three carbs are off. This is in for a setup and sort out because it's got the exhausts on it and it was running a little bit weak and fluffy, so we've got that to do. CB engine on the bench. I'll go through some of the work for next week in a minute, which is why a lot of these jobs are sort of lying around. The CB750 that's outside, we did this in the last video. This carburettor here had snapped one of the towers off and it had been re-glued and the glue had failed. When we took it apart, we found everything was just loose and wobbling. Well, I got hold of a donor set of carburettors and we've robbed this end carburettor off, which is in good condition, and we'll go onto there and replace and give us a good set of 4 working carbs. I think that's a bit of a catch-up. I mean, that's just what you can see in. What have we? These are other bikes that we've had through this week. R1250 service, Tiger 900 service, CB 900 slight fairing mounting issue sorting out, Versys Thou service, Versus 650 sticky gears and some switches to sort out. GSX-R 1100, that's the one that was on the bench last week, that beautiful blue watercolour GSX-R 1100. Carves came off on that, got serviced, plugs back in, started up, ran, set it up beautifully. It sounded really good. It went back yesterday to its owner. ZZR 600, that's the one that had all the generator and regulator changed and was working, and the FGR 1300, which probably didn't feature in very many of the videos. It came in for a service and sort out and the screen not working. We found the exhaust clamp at the back left really badly rotten through. We sent that to a local welding shop who sorted out a new exhaust and clamp, and that went back to its owner yesterday. So that's another, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bikes that have gone out this week on top of some of the other ones that have come in and out. Just to give you an idea of how much sort of work we get through in a week. Anywhere usually between about a dozen, a low number, to about 20 bikes going through a week. So it keeps us hectic. Hopefully these videos give you an idea of what we're doing during the weeks and what we're trying to do. Little Friday today. Me and Oscar spent last Friday cleaning and tidying, which did work. Oh yeah, the DT175 engine is back together, John. That'll be going in the frame next week. So next week I'm over on the Isle of Man to go and watch the TT. John and Oscar are in. They're doing essentially an engines week. They're going to be fitting the engine back into the CB750, fitting this engine into the Speedmaster 1200, fitting that engine into the DT175, as well as a few other jobs that are booked to come in and go out. So they've got a busy schedule ahead of them. Nice easy Friday for me and Oscar today. We're just plodding through the work. There's nothing coming in or going out, so we can tackle a few of these jobs and get on with a little bit of background work. Manx FM playing in the background. It's a qualifying day today over on the island, so I can listen to that as I work. And that's it. Get through today. It's a bit cooler. It'll be a bit nicer to work. Get some of these bikes tested, and then see what next week brings. I'll have a week off. There'll be no Friday update next week, and we'll catch up with where we are the week after.